Hello everyone, welcome to the Coin Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, how can we earn more than the minimum wage in a month with the lowest capital and the least risk? I will talk about this. As you know, lately we have been giving spoilers on Instagram and tweeting on Twitter. The pre-sales of Binance Web3 wallet have become very popular and are making serious money. For example, in the latest sale, as you can see in this pre-sale, it appears on the screens. Now, in the pre-sale of Hiter, our small $5 $10 turned into $200. In fact, we are leaving this screenshot where we sold it for $230. Our team members sold it. Some sold it for $170. Some sold it for $230, and we only spent 3 BNB to get into this. So we spent 70,000 Turkish lira, but there's no need for 70,000 Turkish lira. We can get participation rights with 20,000 Turkish lira, participation rights with 10,000 Turkish lira. We can gain participation. We can also gain participation with 1,000 Turkish lira. It depends on your budget there, and we usually participate with 3,000 yen because we want to get the maximum amount we can. So, for example, the maximum purchase amount you see here is 850 units. As you can see, with HiClan, we bought and sold for $230. Now I will talk about how we will participate in this pre-sale. By the way, why don't we share these pre-sales much anymore? We only share Binance and Küçük'tekiz because this place is really being bought out. There used to be those very popular pre-sales that we shared before. We would invest $500 and we would earn $10,000, $20,000. There were pre-sales that were very profitable like this. But now they are not profitable anymore because the market is very bad. But don't worry, the market will recover and reach much better places. Just wait for the ETF developments and interest rate cuts. Towards the end of the year, a really good crypto market, altcoin market will be in front of you. Please be patient about that. That is a separate topic. Currently, we have low capital, like we have 50,000 lira, 20,000 lira. How will we earn with this? First, we need to have a Binance account. So if you don't have a Binance account, we have placed our Binance registration video in the description. You can open a Binance account by watching the video there. Now, let's get to our topic. How to open a Binance account. First, after opening the Binance account, we log in and go to Assets from the right corner where we need to explain the fish section. Now here, a video appears on your screen showing how to set up this wallet. I am setting up this wallet along with you. Yes, now after going to the wallet, we need to click on the Create button. I clicked on Create Wallet. We wait a little. Here, it asks for your confirmation. This is either the authenticator or email confirmation. We need to enter these as well. After entering the authenticator email confirmation, for example, I go to my authenticator code and the email sent to my mail, checking it in my email. Now in front of you, backup null appeared. This backup null is very important. We need to do this because it is the wallet backup. Here, definitely perform the backup null process, friends. We click on backup null. And here, the backup with iCloud option is the simplest choice. Or if you are using Android, it will appear differently. When it says recommend, it means recommended or backup. We can also back up our wallet with a QR code, that is, with a QR code backup. I backed this up and we are waiting here. It gave us a QR code. This QR code is very important. Make sure to keep it very well. Of course, sometimes it's not possible to store it with a QR code. That's why iCloud is more secure. I usually use iCloud, or if you're on Android, you can use something different. Also, it asks us for a password here. Make sure not to forget this password, because this password will be required every time you log in or out. Now we are on the screens in front of you. The wallet section of Binance's application. Now what are we going to do in this wallet section? After coming to the wallet section, look at today's sales bar. As you can see, for each sale, a different Explore Now will appear here in front of you for this hyper sale. So, today, there is Hyperlayer, but in the past, there was a different pre-sale. We will also be able to see past pre-sales here. You can reach this pre-sale screen by clicking on Explore Now. However, there is a condition to participate in pre-sales. There needs to be BNB in a wallet. Here, we click on the image button. Vitro from Binance Exchange. We need to transfer our BNBs from here to here. In this way, select BNB Smart Chain and transfer your BNBs here. Give approval. Transfer. This step is very easy. That is, by clicking the Receive button. we need to bring BNB here. But if you don't have BNB, first watch the Binance registration video in the description and find the method to purchase BNB there. So definitely buy BNB. We should have a BNB here. Look, as you can see, I have 3.17 BNB. I usually convert all the coins I have into BNB. When I earn, or I convert more than 3 into USDT and withdraw it to my bank account from here, you can easily convert them. Now let me show you these past sales to you. There's a Discover option at the bottom right. When you click on this Discover, there's an exclusive TGE at the top. It says exclusive TGE. TGE means token generation event. In other words, it corresponds to something like a token launch event. Token creation event. For example, there's Lorenzo here. If you click on Lorenzo, look here, I bought $90 worth, or here. There are stacks. Thorn. Look here again, I bought $40 worth. All my pre-sales are PUBG, BTC, Kirill X, Particle. For example, I think it made good money. 78 O's. By the way, do I write these as 78? It shows the price at the moment. I said backlane. This hyphen lane made a lot of profit. By the way, Bubble Maps also made good profits, but I couldn't participate in that. I think if you can't constantly follow these pre-sales, follow us on Instagram or Twitter or join our news channel. We constantly share all three. I'll leave their links in the description. When a pre-sale comes, friends, what you need to do is click on Explore. As you can see, on these screens, I will now put a past video. You need to place your BNBs here. However, they often introduce new conditions to eliminate bots. For example, what are these conditions? You've learned how to place BNB. By going to Alpha, the Alpha here, we click on the Alpha button and then click on VMware. We click on BNB chain. It sometimes tells us Binance's wallet. Here is the minimum to participate in the next pre-sale. It says a transaction of at least $20 should have been made. For example, it specifies between these dates. It said those who traded $20 between March 20th and April 20th could participate. For example, this is what I do. I also participate using accounts through my mom and dad. We participate together with them, including my sister and so on. We enter from 3 different accounts, including theirs. From my spouse's account, we enter from there as well. I participate from 5 accounts. Of course, if your capital is low, you don't need to do this. You can also participate with 1 BNB. I have BNBs that I bought a long time ago costing around $50. $100, and $30. These were purchased around 2018. I've been investing in crypto for a long time. That's why, since I have a lot of BNB, I distributed them across accounts. Most people do the same. Many of these accounts were also eliminated. By the way, I couldn't participate either. For instance, I enter with 10 accounts, but I can't buy or sell because I haven't made transactions on many of them. For example, since I didn't buy and sell $20 worth of EPT coin here, I was going to come and buy $20 worth of EPT this way. Look, I'm confirming. Since I didn't do this from every account, what is the EPT transaction in this case? Now, from here? Yes, now I'm selling again. For instance, I just made one on Binance Alpha. That's why I will be able to participate in the next pre-sales. Of course, this is the rule right now. Those who trade $20 usually can participate. However, the rules may change in the future. We are updating this constantly. We publish it on Twitter, Instagram, and so on. You can be informed from there. Now, let's get to our topic. Participating in these pre-sales in the alpha really yields good profits. Look, the $70.80 here, the $200 here, plus today's $200 almost makes $400. And this is really a good number. $400, $500. At worst, 5 pre-sales come in a month. Out of these 5 pre-sales, 3 yield $50 and the others yield $150. When we look at it this way, we can earn $500 monthly with 3 BNB. If you put this money in the bank with interest, it would bring 3,000 lira a month. You are getting 20,000 lira a month. And BNB is gaining value day by day. The BNB, which is currently $500, will be more in the future. I mean, right now it's $590 each. And in the future, I think it will be at least $2,500. That's why I keep the BNBs here constantly, and in the future, my principal will also gain value. And the coins I get from pre-sales consistently yield very well. I can sell them directly and cover my daily needs. I hold the ones that earn very little for the long term so that one day they might suddenly soar. That's when I sell them. This is a good strategy and we can apply it. Since the market has been very bad lately, it's better to continue with such earnings. BNB doesn't lose much value anyway because it's the world's largest exchange. That's why it's the most used exchange in the world and one of the oldest. That's why it seems logical to participate in these OF sales rather than letting our BNBs sit idle. Or for example, if I withdraw this money and put it in interest, an amount like 100,000 lira or 70,000 TL, it won't earn me anything. Look, the screens have appeared. I mean, even though the interest is very high for 70,000 TL, unfortunately we can't earn anything decent despite that. The economic situation in the country is clear, so we can make good money with these small gains. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. I explained a bit about my tactics and strategies here. See you in the next videos. If not, I will update this video for every pre-sale. I will share it here with you as a series. Thank you all. Let's not forget to like and share the video. If our friends also participate in such pre-sales, it will be a great advantage for them. See you.